Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. It is the first video of 2023. Can you believe that? Today we are going to be doing my 2022 beauty favorites. Before we get into it, please excuse the mess behind me. I need to rearrange my bookshelves and put away some books, and I got so much candy and chocolate during Christmas. There was so much overflow. Also, I'm not wearing any makeup in this video. One of the big things is that last year I would procrastinate filming videos and TikToks so much because I didn't feel like doing a full face of makeup and I felt like I had to. So no more for this year. If I don't feel like wearing makeup to film a sit down video or a TikTok, who cares? You guys see this face during vlogs anyways, so it shouldn't really matter. Okay, let's get into the products because I have a lot, and if I don't get into it, we're gonna be here forever. Here's my little bucket of products. I got 25 products. I just was going through and I had a bunch, and then I was like, you know what, I'll do 25 products. I'm 25 years old. It makes sense. So we got makeup, skincare, hair care, and beauty, like perfume, that type of stuff. Okay, the first product I have to mention is the one that I've probably influenced most people in my life. I've gotten this product for 4 different people this past year for their birthdays because it's so good. This is the Merit lip oil. I have the shade Taupe. Taupe. The reason why I've purchased this for so many people is because it's such a good lip oil. Lip oils definitely had their moment this past year, but a lot of lip oils I find are very thick, which is nice sometimes, but sometimes I don't necessarily want the really thick one. This Merit one is so nice. I'll even put a little bit on right now. As you can see, it's a really nice and thin formula, so it doesn't feel too heavy on the lips. It has that nice little wash of color, so it added a little bit of color to my lips, but it's not like super bright in your face. It's hydrating like a lip oil, but it doesn't feel sticky like a lip gloss. There's lots of really nice pretty shades as well. This Taupe shade is like a nudie brown shade. I've given this to so many people in my life. They really like it. My one friend has even finished hers and repurchased another one. So if there's anything I recommend that you get, it's this lip oil. Okay, I also have one other lippy that I've really loved this year. This is the Clinique, what are you called? Small Almost lipstick in black honey. This was super viral this past year on TikTok and online, and for very good reason. As you can see, this color looks very dark, but it's quite sheer, so when you apply it to the lips, it just gives that very nice hint of color. You can also build it up, so you can put on just a nice little wash, or you can put on a lot more and it's a deeper shade. They say it's supposed to also match your lips so it looks different on every single person. Not sure if that's true, but I really do enjoy it. I love the packaging. It's so sleek. What I like about both of these is the same thing, that they wear really nicely throughout the day. For me, there's nothing worse than I apply a lipstick or a lip gloss or something and then it just looks gross, especially after I eat lunch. These are fuss free. I don't have to worry about them. Yeah, this is just a really great everyday lip product for me. I love it. If you want a cheaper dupe, my mom got this for me for Christmas, so I'm still testing it out, but this is a CoverGirl Clean Fresh lip balm. It's a pretty good dupe, I would say. You can see that colors are very similar, so yeah, there's a little dupe for you guys. The next product, I'm very sad because it is discontinued. It's not available anymore, but I'm still gonna mention it because it literally was my favorite. This is the Bite Beauty Mascara. What is it called? The Upswing Full Volume Mascara. Bite Beauty, the brand has shut down, so this is no longer available, which is really sad, but I will tell you what I like about it, and I will mention the one that I kind of just recently tried. So what I really like about this mascara is that it has that really nice balance in between length and volume. I really like wearing this mascara on those days where I really want bold long lashes, but I don't want to wear false lashes. It just gives a lot of volume and intention to my lashes without getting really clumpy. That's one of the issues I have with volumizing mascaras a lot of the time, is that they get all clumpy. I do naturally have a lot of lashes, they just don't have a lot of length and curl to them, so I like something that kind of makes them look really long but adds that little bit of volume, and this mascara definitely does it. Kind of what the wand looks like, and oftentimes with these type of wands I find that I get mascara all over my eyelids, but not the case with this one. So it's been really good. I still have a little bit more time before it'll expire and I'll have to throw it out. One I've been liking so far that is still available is the Ilia mascara. I cannot read it, but I'll put the name down in the description. You can see that the wand is kind of similar. It's not exactly the same, but it is pretty similar to this by Beauty one. So for the second year in a row, my favorite primers are the NYX Marshmallow, and I have the Radial Glow Drops, Soft Focus Glow Drops. These are just the ones that I keep on going back to. Like, depending on how my skin is looking and what foundation I have and what look I go for, I will pick a different primer if I want something pore filling or mattifying or glowy. This Marshmallow primer is like my all-around good primer. If I don't know what I want specifically, or if I just want like a good primer that'll make my skin look good no matter what, I pick this one. It has all these different claims that it can do, and I don't even remember half of them. I just know that this is a really nice primer. It just like smooths out my skin, it makes it look a little glowy but not like too glowy and plump, and you know, keeps my foundation on my face, and it just smells amazing. And I really like to use it in combination with this. As you can see, I am almost done. I've been really trying to finish up this primer this past year because I have so many primers, so I'm trying to use some of them up. This is definitely a dupe for the Glow Recipe Dew Drops that are very popular right now. I don't know how much cheaper it is, but I do know it is cheaper. You can get it at Shoppers. It's very like dewy and glowy without being sparkly. I personally like to put it just on the high points of my face. It's just a really good affordable primer. I mean, both of these are affordable. I love the dropper. It makes it so easy to use, and it's a glass bottle, so it's always so fun. I'm so close to finishing it. Yeah, these are the two. I did use other primers, but these were the two that I always reach for. Okay guys, this might be a shocker to some of you because I've picked the NARS Radiant Creamier Concealer as my favorite concealer for years and years and years, and I finally have found one to replace it. It is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Self-Setting Concealer. I still like the NARS one, but something that I have just found is, you know, I'm starting to get a little bit older and the fine lines are starting to become a little bit more apparent underneath my eyes. And I just find that sometimes the NARS one just like kind of settles and emphasizes the fine lines underneath my eyes a little bit too much. So this is where this concealer enters the conversation. It is, obviously it does settle a little bit into my fine lines. That's gonna happen, but it doesn't crease. And I didn't, like, I kind of knew that, but yesterday, it's funny because I had it on the top of my mind that I would had picked this as my favorite. So I wore it yesterday, and then at 5 o'clock, no, not even 5 o'clock, it was like 8 o'clock, and I was touching up my makeup before I was going out to hang out with my friends, and my concealer still hadn't creased. Like, yes, it was a little bit in my lines, but there was no like creases that I sometimes get with some other concealers. So if you deal with a lot of creasing, this is the concealer for you. It will last really long time. My only complaint is I kind of wish it was a little bit more fuller coverage. I definitely suffer for a lot of like darkness underneath my eyes. Right now it doesn't look too bad. I had a really good sleep in this morning. I slept for like 9 hours, so I got a good night's rest last night. But if I don't, I definitely like notice it, and I find this concealer isn't necessarily the best at brightening darkness, but overall this is a really good concealer. If you deal with any sort of creasing, it will last really well. For foundations and stuff, I was kind of like all over the place. I was definitely like really good at like rotating my foundations, but the one I'm gonna pick, this is actually technically a tint, which is really funny that I picked it because if you guys know me, usually lighter coverage is not as much as my jam. But yes, this is La Roche-Posay, the Effaclar Duo Unifiant, I think that's how you pronounce it. This is a Global Action Unifying Correcting Care tint. That's like a really long name. Basically, this is one of their like popular cream things, but it has a tint to it. I saw this in a TikTok where this girl was like, here are my skincare products that I use to do my makeup. And like the whole entire idea is like doing a face of makeup with products that have really good skincare ingredients. And then she used this as almost like a face concealer because it has really good active ingredients to help with any acne. If you guys know, I suffer from acne. You can see I've got a little bit of scarring going on. So I was like, oh my god, that's so smart for like a concealer to have something that has active ingredients. So I bought it to use as a face concealer, but I didn't like the coverage of it. But then I've kind of tried it all over my face as a tint, and I really like it for that. It has like some coverage to kind of just really nicely even out the skin tone. One of the reasons though that I really like this is that I find that like traditional concealers and foundations, if I have an acne spot, it usually gets a little dry and then it will cling to it and then it kind of just looks all like crusty and gross. Because this is more of like a skincare lotion type of product, it doesn't get all gross and crusty on those acne spots. So that's kind of one of the reasons and I really like it. It has like a little bit of dewiness, but if I just like powder my face, it kind of gets rid of that dewiness. Or if you like dewiness, then you'll probably love this. Yeah, this is a great product available at the drugstore. If you're looking for a good skin tint, I would recommend checking this out. Basically, the only highlight I use this year is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter, whatever it's called. I couldn't even tell you what it is because almost all of the writing has rubbed off on my bottle. Thankfully, the shade is on the bottom. So I have shade number 3. I know this product is super popular online and for good reason. I've had this for quite a few years now. I got really into it because who is it? Samantha Randall has been a really big fan of this product for many years before it was big on TikTok. So I've had this for quite a few years and it's great. There's a reason why it's such a good product. I know a lot of people kind of like to use it all over the face. Listen, if you haven't gotten the memo already, I'm not a super glowy gal all over my face. I'm very careful about that line in between looking dewy and oily, so I just use this as a highlighter. I just use it on the high points of my face, you know, on my nose and stuff like that. And it's just such a great highlighter shade because it's an actual skin tone shade. It looks super natural compared to some other liquid highlights that are like more like golden-y, because then it kind of looks like a stripe on your face. It's very hard to wear those shades and make it look natural, and I just always reach for this over like my powders. I have so many powder highlights and I haven't really been using them because this is just so easy. I just put it on either before or after my foundation, but I can like even set my face and then use like powder or bronzer and blush and not have issues with this. It's just so good. And the reason why I use this over some of my other cream highlights is the doe foot applicator. It makes it so easy. I can just put it right on my face so I don't have to put it on something else. I just love it. I know they come with like mini ones now, which honestly, you could probably get the mini one because I have so much product in here. I don't see myself running out of it anytime soon. I know that e.l.f. has come out with a dupe and I've been looking for it. I just cannot find it. It's always sold out everywhere. So as soon as I can, I will be grabbing the e.l.f. dupe to let you guys know what I think of it. But yes, this is great. If you're on the fence about whether or not you want to get this, I highly recommend. Okay guys, I got 2 blushes. One, this is a repeat from last year. These are the Nude 6 blushes. They're great. They're one of my favorite cream blushes. They have so many different shades. They have different finishes. The 2 that I have are both matte ones, so I can't confirm how good the dewy formula is, but I have heard good things. There's so many nice shades and they're Canadian brands, so kind of why I love them. The reason why I like the formula is that it's not too dewy and it's not too matte, and like once I've blended it out on my face, it kind of stays there, doesn't move around. I use a brush to blend it out and I have no issues. And this shade in particular is like my I just dug my nail into it. This shade in particular is one of my go-tos for when I can't decide what blush to use. If I'm like, oh, I don't know, like what shade, I just reach for this one. It's my go-to. But I also do have an orange shade for them, and I absolutely love it. And then a newer blush for me. This is the Honest Beauty blush. This is their cream cheek plus lip color in the shade Rose Pink. I got this when I was in the States. I think you can get Honest Beauty in Canada, but I just haven't found them anywhere. Look how pretty that shade is. Kind of similar to my Nude Sticks one, but this one is a little bit more pinky tone. I was inspired by Tati. I remember her recommending these blushes, and once again, they're really great. It's not too matte, so it's easy to blend out, but it's also not too dewy that it slips and slides over my face. This one is just another easy one to put onto my face. Looks good with everything, and it lasts a really long time. Cream blushes don't necessarily always last long on the face, but this one does. And my final makeup product, this is the Nude Sticks eyebrow gel. This one was influenced by Kathleen Lights. I remember they had this eyebrow gel along with an eyebrow pencil, and she was a part of the launch of making the eyebrow gel in its own packaging. I really like this eyebrow gel. If you don't know, I'm not a fan of the current trend of the like laminated brows, so if you like that, this might not be the eyebrow gel for you. Instead, I like just like a little fluffy brow, you know? I kind of usually just like fluff out my tail a little bit, but that's about it. I am blessed with having pretty good natural brows. Like I literally have nothing in my brows right now, so usually I just need to put a little bit of eyebrow pencil, and then I want a brow gel to just keep them in place, and this does the job. I put in my eyebrow gel and then it doesn't move until the end of the day when I take it off, but it doesn't leave my eyebrows feeling really crunchy or crispy. Sometimes I wear an eyebrow gel and I can feel the eyebrow gel in my face. This is not like it. I do recommend, and it's just a clear eyebrow gel, so you don't have to worry about finding the right match for your eyebrows. Highly recommend this one. Okay, now we got two tools that I want to mention. So first, we got a brush. Not often that I talk about brushes because honestly, a lot of my brushes are interchangeable for me. I've got so many brushes over there, mainly so that way I don't have to wash my brushes as often. I've got like 10 different fluffy crease brushes, and I just use whichever one is clean. But this brush is the best. This is a Real Techniques stippling brush. I did originally buy it in person, but I've been finding it harder to find in person, but you can order it off of Amazon. I'll have that link below along with all the other products. Stippling brushes are great for creams, and this is a brush I use specifically for all my cream, bronzer, and blushes. A stippling brush, as you can see, it's kind of got almost like two lengths of hairs. It's not too stiff, but it's not too fluffy. So the reason why this is really good at blending out cream products while still keeping the coverage. So this is really good for a bronzer or a blush, because so this way it will blend out the product while still keeping the bronziness or the blush color there. I use it like I will literally like blend out my bronzer and then blend out my brush with the same brush too, because I find that it helps really blend the two together and just kind of really work it into my skin. So if you want something to help you with your creams, you don't necessarily need this Real Techniques brush, but just a stippling brush in general. But this Real Techniques one is pretty good. So yes, highly recommend. And I cleaned it for you guys. Hope you appreciate that. If you've watched any of my tutorials, you might recognize this. It's my fan. All of my friends get such a good laugh because I literally will bring this with me when I do my makeup different places. So the idea, oh, I'm kind of hot right now. This is really nice. The idea behind a fan is that I will spray my setting spray and then I will fan my face. This just helps the setting spray dry a lot quicker. Sometimes, you know, you give your face a good dousing and then you're like, well, now my face is wet. So I just give it a good fan and then I help it kind of find it just like helps like absorb into my skin, and then I'll usually take my beauty blender and pat any excess in. I find that it's nice to fan it first before pushing it in with the beauty blender, because if you push it in with the beauty blender right away, it might like move some of the product around, especially if you get like a big water droplet. So it's also just so fun. It always gives my friends such a good laugh. I think I got this fan. I actually remember when I got this fan. It was in grade 9. We had a field trip to Toronto and we were in Chinatown, or right beside Chinatown. So I just walked into one of the stores and I saw this really pretty fan and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get it. So I've had this fan since then. I know some brands like will sell fans. You don't need to get a fancy one. Any fan would do. And I guess you could be bougie and get like electric fan, but like I literally just fan my face for like 10 seconds. So yes, this is my fan. It sits in my makeup desk and I use it all the time. Okay, moving on to skincare. My favorite product is this one. This is a Biossance Squalene plus Vitamin C Rose Oil. I love this. This has made such a difference in my face. I love it. It is expensive, but I love this product. So one of the reasons why I like it is because it has the vitamin C, and the vitamin C I've noticed helps so much with my acne scarring. I find from like a week to like 2 weeks after I had a really bad breakup, the scar is gone. Obviously, depending how bad the zit was, is like how long it takes for it to heal, but I really do notice like it's just helped so much. Like, yeah, I still have like a few left over. I also had a few really bad breakouts this week, so but it's working. It's magic. I just find it helps with my complexion overall. I find it just looks so much brighter and dewier and glowier when I use it, which is probably a combination of like the squalene and the rose oil along with the vitamin C. I just, you know, my skin just looks so bright. It's also very hydrating. I find this along with my moisturizer that I'm currently using, the Clinique one, the two really like each other. So after I use it, my skin just like, even now, I washed my face quite a few hours ago and my skin still looks so dewy and glowy, but not oily. It's just, at least my skin looking juicy. That's the word for it. I'll put this on and then use my facial roller, and like it has that like slip that's really good. This is like the 3rd time I've repurchased it. It's so good. Another really good one is this scrub. As you can see, I am almost empty. This is a Clinique 7-day scrub rinse off formula. This is just a really good exfoliator. My skin loves a good physical exfoliator. If I haven't used one in a while, I really do notice a difference in my skin texture. I like this one because it's not too gritty, but it still just has that little bit of something to just help get rid of all of those dead skin cells. And yeah, it doesn't really have any like chemical exfoliators. I know it's really popular right now to have a chemical and physical exfoliators together, but I use some other active ingredients in some of my other nighttime skincare that I don't necessarily like to have it in my physical exfoliators. So yes. Okay, let's talk pimple patches. Your girl is very acne prone, so I've fallen in love with pimple patches and I just love them. My OG ones are the Peace Out ones. I don't have the box with me anymore. I threw it out, but these are the little baggies that come in them. What I do is that if I have a whitehead, I will just kind of give it a little squeeze, and then I will put this pimple patch on top of it, and then by morning it's taken out all of the gunk, so you don't have a whitehead anymore. I usually will just have like a little red bump. It really helps the life cycle of any pimple that I have just be a lot quicker. These are a little bit on the pricier side compared to my other option, but they're really good. Especially like if I just have like a really big one, these are the ones that do the best job. Yeah, I also did see that they've like changed them. I think they're a lot thinner than what they used to be, because these are quite thick. I don't know if like, would you call that a reformulation? I don't know. I guess I have not tried the newer ones though. These are the old ones. The other brand that I've fallen in love with pimple patches is Mighty Patch. These are by Hero Cosmetics. I got these when I was in the States in the summer, and then when I went again, recently I stocked up and I really do like, these are their Invisible Plus ones. I would say the Peace Out and the regular Mighty Patches are just about the same. I would say maybe the Peace Out ones are just a little bit better, but these Invisible ones are so good. They're a little different than these because these are very, very thin. Like, so thin that like I find that people don't notice them, or if they do notice them, they don't say anything to me. But I find that unless I'm like close up, I don't see it. So yeah, they literally say these are meant to be like a daytime patch. So these are really good if I'm just like around the house, running errands, you know, got a little bit of like a pesky pimple. I will put this on and then it'll help get out all the gunk. It's not as effective as the thicker ones. You kind of lose a little bit of the effectiveness with the invisibility-ness, but I also find that just like it helps reduce the appearance of a really ugly breakout as well. And they are significantly cheaper compared to the Peace Out ones, but yes, I love pimple patches. Okay, getting into hair care now. My friends got me this for my birthday and I love it. Fell in love with it. This is the Way texturizing spray. I've used like salt sprays before and I didn't really love them, but this one is so different. The way I like to use this is I use this if I'm kind of curling my hair. I have like one specific look. With my smaller curling iron, I'll kind of like try and touch up some of my curls, and then I give this a good spray and scrunch, and it just makes my hair just look just a little less polished, more like not lifted, but just like a lot more volume, a lot more like texture without feeling crunchy. Kind of gives that like done undone look, and it's just so good. It's so good, and it smells delicious. The Way, they have a couple different scents. This one is in their Bondi scent. Like, I love this scent so much that I will be purchasing the perfume because Way does perfumes and stuff. It's so good, and the scent actually lasts pretty well in my hair. Like, I'll spray it and I'll smell it later. So yeah, if you're looking for something to give a little bit of like texture to your hair and hold, because it is kind of like a hairspray in some ways, it gives like a hold and a texture without feeling crunchy or crispy in any way. I'm very happy that my friends gave it to me because this is not something I would necessarily purchase for myself, but I use it all the time now. Another product, this has been a game changer. This is a Living Proof Restore Repair Leave-In. I think it is curly girl friendly too. I can't remember. It's so good. It's literally meant to help with split ends, and I've noticed such a difference. I haven't got my hair cut in months. Like, it's been a long time. I definitely need to now, but I was able to prolong needing to cut my hair because this just does such a good job at keeping my ends of my hair as healthy and not split. Yeah, this is definitely a really good product. I usually just pump, what does it say? It says 1 to 2 pumps. Okay, I use like 3 pumps, but you know, I got long hair, and I just put it just right at the ends of my hairs when they're damp, and then I just like go in after with my gel and my mousse and like do my hair, and it's made such a difference. I know technically you can use leave-ins as like heat protectant, but I find that I still need to use a heat protectant if I'm going to style my hair. This isn't enough just as heat protectant, but yeah, if you need something to help with your split ends, definitely check out this one. And the scent is really nice too. The Living Proof, I find they have like almost like a peppery scent. It's very nice. I don't know how I live my life without one of these plastic hair scrubbers. It's so good. I've always been someone, when I am shampooing my hair, I always like to give my scalp a really good itch. This is better than my nails could ever do. I literally just like shampoo my hair. I just put shampoo in my hair and then I just give my hair just a really good scrub all around with this. I find that it just really gets in there. I've heard that like using one of these like scalp scrubbers is really good for hair growth because it like stimulates your scalp and stuff. I cannot attest to this because I do not struggle with hair growth. My hair grows really easily, but I have heard that this is really good at getting built up product in your hair, and I definitely could agree to that. I always feel that my hair and my scalp is just like clean. But even if it didn't have any other benefits besides just feeling good, I would still use this because this just feels so good. This exact one I got from Sephora. They don't sell anymore, but I will link a dupe down below. Final hair thing is I got a Denman brush last year and I do really enjoy this. So for those of you who are not familiar with a Denman brush, this is meant for curly, wavy hair people. It's to help form and clump your hair together in a curl. So if you're someone who struggles with getting a really good curl going, this is supposed to help it. My curls aren't looking the hottest right now. I think it's because I styled my hair last weekend. Whenever I do that, it always just takes a little bit to come back. So the idea is you kind of brush it and then you will like twirl it a certain way to be able to form a curl, and I just ruined that piece by trying to do that. I don't use this all the time because I do find it's a lot of work to do like my whole entire head of hair. I'll just kind of use it on my front pieces because I find those are the worst at curling and clumping. This is definitely good. I would definitely look into it if you have curly hair. Home stretch, people. We got 4 more products. I got 2 body lotions. Well, this one is technically a face lotion. Is it CeraVe or CeraVe? I don't know. Anyways, this is their moisturizing lotion. I use this specifically on my chest and my back because those areas are prone to breaking out for me. I like using a facial lotion on those areas instead of like a heavily scented body lotion. But you could easily use this on the rest of your body or your face. I've done both and they both do the job. Yeah, I really like this one because it has a pump, so it's very easy to get out. It's a little on the thinner side, so it is easy to apply, absorbs into the skin quickly, but still leaves me feeling hydrated. I know they have another lotion or cream that's a lot thicker. I just don't like that as much for my body because I find it's too thick. Like I went through like a whole entire another one, and this is my second one. It's really good. I have so many different body lotions, but I decided to talk about this one. This is the Hemp's Herbal Body Moisturizer. I saw Sierra Schultz had done a video testing products that influencers have recommended. This was one of the products that she tested and really liked, so I bought it. I actually went through a whole entire bottle and I repurchased this one because I really do like it. It comes with a pump. I love body lotions that come with a pump. The formula is very similar to the CeraVe one where it's thin, but it's hydrating and absorbs quickly, and the scents are just amazing. But what I like about this is sometimes with body lotions you apply it and then the scent is really strong and then it lingers and then it can clash when I put on a perfume. This smells good when I'm applying it, but then the scent dissipates. So yeah, as you can see, I am really close to being done this one as well, and I will definitely be buying another one. I've also seen these at Winners and Marshalls, so I'll probably pick up another one there, but you can also get them on Amazon. I see everyone talking about all of their favorite natural deodorants and aluminum-free deodorants. My favorite one is Old Spice, guys. So funny story about this. So when I was in high school, I worked as a lifeguard at the pool, and you get hot. It's a hot, sweaty environment, especially in the summers when you're outdoors. So you know, you get out of the pool and you gotta reapply your deodorant. And so then one of the girls, we were all talking about like, oh, what do you use and stuff, and one of the girls was like, I use Old Spice because it's stronger than female deodorants. So we were like, oh my god. And this is a Fiji scent, and it's like, it's not, because some of the Old Spice ones are very like musky and like manly scented, and this one isn't too bad. So I switched and I was on the Old Spice hype train for a really long time. And then, you know, a couple of years ago, everyone was like, oh, you shouldn't use antiperspirants, you should use like aluminum free ones and all this stuff. And I was like, oh, maybe I should do that. And then I tried and made a switch and I couldn't do it. Like, I am just a sweaty, smelly girl. There's no way around it. And I find, because someone explained, it was actually Hank Green, and he made me feel comfortable switching back, that basically like the issue with some of those natural deodorants is that they're not stopping the sweat, they're just trying to mask the smell. But like things like these deodorants and like antiperspirants is that they're stopping the smell from happening. And I just, yeah, it was 100% true. I would find that like I would use those natural deodorants and I would like still kind of smell, but then you also would smell the perfume of it, and it was not a good time. So I switched back. I just bought the deodorant by accident. I prefer using the antiperspirant. Yeah, and actually Old Spice since then have now come out with like a lot more scents that like are a lot less masculine. I think they even had like a whole entire campaign where it was like, oh, like girls steal your like boyfriend's or husband's deodorant. So I think they've really leaned into it. So if you're like me, if you're sweaty, smelly gal, just Old Spice. It's the way to go. It's better than women's deodorant. Way, way better than the natural deodorants. The light is fading, so let's wrap this up quick. Also because this video is so long. I'm gonna have no fun editing this. Okay, my favorite perfume once again this year is the Atelier Cologne Orange Sanguine. Guys, I swear I use this. It looks like I haven't really used it, but I do use this. I definitely have a few other perfumes this year that I've used, but I'm very much like a perfume based on my mood type of person. Like I like to match my scent. I'm not a signature perfume type of person. So I find that like depending on the time of year, I like to use different scents. But this is one of the few that I like to use year round. I forget the scent notes. I'll put them up on the screen for you, but it's basically orange. And I find that orange is just nice year round, right? Like, you know, in the spring and summer, that's very fresh and citrusy, but orange, I feel like it's a nice like winter too. Because I mean, it makes sense. Citrus is in season during the winter and stuff. Yeah, I really like orange too because I feel like it's just very fresh and unique. Like not like a lot of people necessarily wear like orange perfumes. So, you know, I feel like a little different having my orange perfume. And yeah, this smells really good. It lasts well throughout the day and the bottle lasts really well. Like, trust me, I spray like three-ish sprays and I've barely gone through this perfume at all. It is a little bit more on the pricier side, but I've had this for quite a few years and it's still going strong. Honorable mention to this one. I just got it recently. This is Lush Karma. It's kind of similar vibes. This is orange, but it also has patchouli. So she's a spicy gal. The patchouli is quite strong. So yeah, it's very similar to this. It's basically like when I want to feel a little spicy, I'll wear this. But if I'm not feeling spicy, I'll wear this. That's it, guys. The light is basically gone now. Makes sense. It's 5 o'clock. That's what happens when I wait to film this at 4. But yeah, that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this beauty favorites. Please let me know down in the comments what some of your favorite products were that you tried this past year. I'd love to hear that. I definitely am the type of person that I always watch people's favorites videos and then like make a list and try those products. So it's funny because like someone's 2021 favorite turned into my 2022 favorite. Now hopefully some of my 22 favorites can become your 2023 favorites. And I will be back very soon with my books, my 2023 books video. I have just been taking a while to get around to it. But yeah, guys, that is it for today's video. Please like this if you want to see more favorites videos from me and beauty videos, and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any videos. That is it for today's video, guys. I'll see you in another one super soon. Bye!